welcome or welcome back to the channel. Go ahead and subscribe. Thank you. Today I'm going to be talking about Stevens Gap Callahan Cave Preserve, or just Stevens Gap for short. This cave has a beautiful waterfall in it, and it's kind of a hidden gem, I think, in Alabama, so I figured I might as well share it with you. This isn't going to be an in the moment vlog. I wasn't vlogging at the time when I went down there, so I'm just gonna have like different photos and footage that I did take along the way, so hopefully you can enjoy all of that. I visited the cave in January on my way back up from the Florida Keys with my dad, and it was just a really beautiful hike. So let's just get right into it. First, where is Stevens Gap located? It is in northern Alabama near the city of Scottsboro, and it's also really close to the Tennessee and Georgia borders. We actually stayed in Georgia and then just went to the cave from there. Once you get to the cave, you do need a code to get into the parking lot, and you also need a permit. So you would fill it out online to get the permit and then do like a waiver and stuff, and then they give you the code and then you can go in, and it's free. It's free to do that and get the permit. So it's definitely worth it. The hike is uphill. It's only about 1.5 miles round trip, so it's not that bad. I'd say it was a really easy hike. There were some parts where you had to like kind of climb over rocks, so be prepared for that. But otherwise, it was easy, and it was really pretty up there. Whoops. Even though it was January, it was still really pretty. It was chilly, but once we got up there, we had like worked up a sweat, I guess. But I'm sure in times like spring, when everything is actually green, I'm sure it's really, really gorgeous up there. Once you actually make it to the cave, there's 2 entrances. The upper entrance is only if you're going to rappel down. You have to bring your own equipment and know what you're doing. We did not rappel. We just went down to the lower entrance, which you climb down into. This is where you have to climb over a bunch of rocks to get down into the cave. So make sure to obviously wear appropriate shoes and be really careful because the rocks are going to be wet. There's the main waterfall down there, but there's also a bunch of other little waterfalls and sprays and mist which make the rock wet and everything. So you want to be careful when you're going down and look where you're stepping. Once you get down there, there's going to be the waterfall, and it is gorgeous. I think it goes down like almost 150 feet into the cave. We didn't really get that close to the edge of the cave ledge near the waterfall, but yeah, it was really beautiful. And with the 2 entrances, one entrance is like right above where the waterfall comes down, so it lets in a lot of light. We were there relatively early in the morning, and there wasn't a ton of light, so I think if you want light actually coming in through the top hole, you're gonna have to go maybe a little later in the day. But there was still a fair amount of light in there, and it was really beautiful, especially with both entrances. They're both pretty big too, so you have a lot of light going in. Also, when you go, if you're going to be taking photos, make sure you bring a tripod. I brought my tripod, but I had left the little connector part, the little mount that connects to the camera and then onto the tripod. I had left it in the car. I was really bummed. I did end up using my dad's coat as like a makeshift tripod and putting it on there because I wanted to do a long exposure, obviously, so that the water would be like flowing and the cave would be a little bit lighter. But yeah, I mean, I got a couple of decent photos, so that's good. But yeah, this is definitely a beautiful waterfall to photograph. If you're into photography, I definitely suggest it. Make sure you bring like a pretty wide lens and also a tripod. That's really important. And then use like the timer setting or a remote so there's no camera shake or anything like that. Should I make a video about taking photos of waterfalls? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, that's pretty much it, I guess, for the cave. It was definitely worth it, definitely beautiful. Like I said, we were there in January and we were the only people there. I don't know if it gets like really popular during other times of the year. The only other people we saw were two other people that were coming down as we were going up. So, but nobody was there at the waterfall the entire time we were there. And I took a lot of photos. We were there, I don't know how long, but a fair amount of time. And it was just really like a one with nature kind of experience, you know? Beautiful waterfall, beautiful giant cave. And yeah, in like the mist from the one waterfall that was coming down, there was like a little rainbow. I mean, it's basically everything you want in a cave waterfall experience, I guess. But yeah, in the comments, let me know if you've ever been to Stevens Gap, if you've taken any photos there, and if you haven't been, you should go. Like I said, it's near Scottsboro, Alabama, or like Huntsville, I think is over there. Or if you're in like Chattanooga or like Lookout Mountain or anything, it's pretty close to there as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Don't forget to like it and subscribe. That would be really great. Thank you. Have a nice day.